This video is going to be about importing a rubric from Google Sheets into your Google Classroom assignments. So in previous videos, we've talked about creating a rubric and reusing a rubric. Well, this third video is going to allow you to actually create the rubric in Google Sheets and then bring it in to Google Classroom. Okay, so in order to do that, I have the assignment set up. This is our sample rubric assignment. Notice I've got the document here, making a copy for each student. And so once we get all this set up, we're going to hit over here to the plus the rubric button. And instead of creating or reusing, this time we're going to import from Sheets. And so we're going to tap that, and that pulls up this dialog box that allows us to go into our Google Drive and find the rubric that we've been working on. Okay, before we do that, I just want to quick shift over here to Google Sheets and show you what our rubric actually looks like. Now, this may seem a little foreign. I'll go over the parts of this rubric. There is a template that we have on the survival guide that will be available for folks if they want to click and copy it from the website. But basically, here's our Google Sheet. Okay, so we have our title, it can be whatever you want. And the way the rubric is set up, the first two rows here, this text has to remain the same. Not sure why, something to do with how it gets imported into Google Classroom. So the important thing is to remember to keep those two, pardon me, the text in those first two, but you really start building your rubric lower. So you have your criterion here in A3, below that your criterion description, then you have your point value, okay? And we talked about in previous videos. So, and these are your criterion text. If you wanted to put meets expectations, above expectations, you would really put it here. In this case, as we've done in the past, I just copy the point values, but you could put text in there if you want it. So let's just say above expectation, just so you can see it when we pull this video in. So that would be there. And then you have our descriptors underneath it. And so this one is thorough use of evidence, some use of evidence. And so you would just fill in those cells. And then you can copy this down and add as many criteria as you'd like. Okay. Once you're done and you have it set up the way you want, again, the nice thing, Google Sheets will automatically save it. Then you're going to go and we're going to bring it into Google Classroom. But just for a brief review, this is sort of a quick look at the template that you'll have at your disposal if you want to copy it, but you can pause the video if you want to look at it just so you can get a better feel for some of the real fine points. But again, once we set the rubric up the way we want to in Sheets, then from Classroom, again, if you remember, we're just going to insert the file. So we're going to pick the rubric that we worked on. We're going to click Add, and the video will rubric will automatically pop up. And so once that pops up, you can go through and do all of the editing tasks that we've done on the other videos. You can go through and manipulate the rubric as much as you want. Notice we typed in level title here above expectation just to show you how that worked. Let's say we wanted to edit it. We could actually go in, pardon me. We could actually go in and move the criterion. Anyway, at this point, we can go in and actually this is what I wanted to do is just go in and change it. So you can make edits, change, and then when we're done, we're just going to hit save. So this brings the rubric in. There it is, just like we did with creating a rubric or reusing. This is just another option. So again, if you want to do this, you certainly can go in and create your own rubric in Google Sheets and then import it. And again, always make sure you hit the assign button. And it will assign to Google Classroom. And so there's our fourth assignment sitting out there. Okay, and again, just a quick review at the end. This is what it looks like in Google Sheets. So that's the template. And again, we'll make sure that we post a link for that on the website.